Hello everybody, my name's Mr. Pragmatic, aka Kyle.
And I'm just alright.
We're here in Jamaica. We're actually in Jamaica right now, sitting on the veranda, literally listening to the waves go by right next to the sea. We're here because we're planning our wedding for next year.
Yeah, baby.
And we thought it would be a good idea to share with you some good tips on the kind of great reasons why using a destination wedding and why it would be so good to do that, and also some of the challenges, good tips on challenges that will help you kind of overcome issues which involve planning a destination wedding.
So we've come up with 5 great tips for the reason why we think a destination wedding can be an amazing thing, an amazing experience, but we've also come up with 5 real challenges of also having a destination wedding as well. So for those of you that potentially are looking at having a destination wedding or a little bit unsure, or a little bit curious, maybe you'll find this useful. Obviously it's all based on our opinion, we're not experts, it's just our opinions and our experiences that we've had so far. So
first tip on why a destination wedding is so good.
I think a destination wedding, first tip being, is so good because if you're somebody that's quite a visual person, you have a vision in your mind, your hometown might not necessarily tick all those boxes, and being able to explore different countries or different places in the world allows you to be able to really bring that visualization to life. And if you are also somebody that really likes to embrace different cultures, you might have an idea where you really want to have like an amazing wedding, or you want to have a wedding somewhere where there's mountains, or where you've got a beach, and you could potentially live in a country where you don't necessarily have guaranteed Caribbean weather, or you have the northern lights to look out to every day, or to potentially have the Eiffel Tower in the background. So if you are definitely somebody that wants to really have something quite unique, really cultured, and you have all these like amazing ideas and visualizations and images of how you really want your wedding to be, a destination wedding potentially can really give you that, because it allows you to explore and not feel so much of a limitation really, with obviously where you're potentially living, because you're prepared to explore and to broaden your horizon. The sky's the limit, so to speak. So
Okay.
I'd definitely say that would be my first great tip on why I think a destination wedding is really good.
My second tip on why a destination wedding would be good is a lot, and this is just my opinion because a lot of other people might go to different destinations, but one thing that you can get from a destination wedding is it's basically the weather. So you get really good, if you go to somewhere like Jamaica or the Caribbean or hot country, you can get such a beautiful scenery to take photographs, to explore with groomsmen, with bridesmaids, with your partner, and it gives you something different than what you see every day. When, like, if you got married in your own country, you've seen a lot of the stuff in your own country. Sometimes for people, going somewhere else to experience a wedding is really good.
And equally, if you are somebody that's living in a hot country but you still want a destination wedding where you may feel that you want to go somewhere where you could experience snow, or somewhere where you just get really that real rustic kind of cold, beautiful, icy type environment as well. So
takes you out your scenery.
The third tip, the reason why I think destination weddings can be amazing as well is they traditionally, although they're becoming quite popular now, they tend to also be cheaper than getting married, in kind of like a lot more kind of Western environment. So if you are kind of from England or Europe or the US, where weddings, it's a massive corporate £1 billion/dollar business, isn't it? So and it can be really expensive. I mean, I think they said the average wedding in England costs around,
is it
27,600. I last saw actually in one of my wedding books. So yeah, and that's like the average wedding. So potentially you could have something so beautiful, so scenic, so unique for, if not a third, maybe potentially even half of that, really. So some people feel very pressured when it comes to obviously their wedding, because sometimes they may feel like they have to invite people that they don't like, or that auntie or that uncle or
this
that
is a
granddad,
smart tip, isn't it?
or that uncle, that they just, it's a bit of a pervert, but they just have to invite them anyway. And yeah, so if you are kind of working towards a budget, or you're somebody where you don't necessarily have a budget, but you really want to have a bit more of an intimate experience rather than having to feed the 5,000, a destination wedding can definitely allow you to have that, because generally speaking, with a destination wedding, you will often find that the weddings tend to be smaller because people won't necessarily be able to commit or have the money to be able to travel to the wedding.
So cheeky tip.
So yeah, so if you do want something that's a little bit more intimate, or to be only accommodating really for your real up close and personals that are really going to make the effort or in a position to be able to do that, then I think that definitely can be a positive thing, can't it?
Yeah, and you know who's going to be able to.
Yeah.
Generally, you'll know who's going to be able to commit and who isn't, and you can gather an idea of how many people want to come.
Yeah. So our fifth and final tip, I think as well, is with a destination wedding, what I've found is it's almost like you're creating like a story that is spread over not just one day but over several days, and because obviously people are traveling with you and they're on this journey and they're indulging and they're embracing this amazing day with you, you can create memories that not only precious but will be with you for life, because obviously to be able to share like not just a day but to be able to share several days with family and friends all together at the same time, if not be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, that's quite a magical thing. I mean, who gets to really go on holiday with your family and your friends all together? When does that ever really happen? So I think a destination wedding, if you can get to do that where friends and family are obviously coming to your wedding, you'll often find as well that you do things another day leading up to the wedding. You might kind of have certain tours that you might want to do together, certain experiences, going out for dinner, even planning the wedding and then being a part of that whole experience. It's a story, isn't it? And they're on that journey with you, and I think a destination wedding can be beautiful for that reason alone, because it brings people together that you wouldn't necessarily kind of have with you all at once. Being able to have your uncle and your auntie and your best friend and your neighbour and that kind of stuff, it's quite a unique thing really. So
do you mean if they're staying here for a week and they get to spend time with each other? Yeah,
like with us, for example, we've been really blessed because we've actually had like 60 people confirm that they're coming to our wedding. So we're going to be having our stag and our hen here, and on top of that we're going to be doing like tours and little trips, and we're going to organise meals and stuff like that where we're going to have like family as well as friends be a part of that. So I think that's going to be really exciting to be able to have our family, to be able to have our children and our friends all together, so we can share moments. Obviously depending on what you guys want and what you want to do as a group, people have different ideas and needs and stuff like that, so that's fine. But generally speaking, you'll often find with a destination wedding is that people will come together, they gravitate together and they create memories together, and you do things because you're all together, which is lovely.
Unless they all hate each other and they start punching each other in the face.
That'll be our next,
spitting on each other and
that'll probably be
slapping
the challenges actually of why destination wedding isn't good. So yeah, I'd definitely say that's a great fifth tip for why a destination wedding is really good.
Alright.